Hi there, this is Ronnie Amber's Night coming at you with, well, interesting, well, I think it's an interesting question. Regarding campaigns, uh, I haven't run what I would call a huge campaign that has had any sort of consistent playing for a long time. What my gaming is at the moment is an occasional one night game, usually an overnight game, so we play for about 10, 12 hours. Uh, that are all interconnected. So it is a campaign in that respect. Um, it's not a campaign as in a large, vast, overriding story. It's a series of interconnected adventures starring the same characters. Um, and that's been fun, and I enjoy it, and will continue to use it. But I really want to go for a big campaign. I'm just a little out of practice. But I wanted to throw it out to you guys. Where are you when it comes to games? Are you someone who enjoys shorter games, one, two night affairs, or do you like the big, sweeping, epic storyline? Um, do you like uh, games that are pretty much dungeon bashes or other genre equivalents of? Um, or do you like something that's uh, more sort of politically based? Uh, I think one of the interesting things is I have players who I know would feel bored if we weren't doing a game with a lot of action, a lot of combat involved, and that's fine for them. They like a lot of action. They like to get the sword out and hack away. They're playing Star Wars that shoot stormtroopers left, right, and center. But they are people who enjoy that style of gaming. I've kind of moved away from it. I'm far more interested in character interaction, social interaction. So a lot of my games now, although there are obviously action scenes in my games, I tend to try and make my games very cinematic. Um, it tends to be far more character driven stories of political intrigue, spying, uh, machinations, kingmaking, and so on, as opposed to just dungeon bash, which are great. And when I started out in this hobby, I just oh, let's have a game. Okay, whip up a dungeon, and I would put a few rooms together, or I'd nick someone's module and nick the map from there and decide, well, that's going in there, and put in my own things into the rooms, as opposed to what was already there. But I've moved away from that, partially, I will admit, because I just get bored with the record keeping, and I've found dealing with character interaction and that sort of thing requires less bookkeeping. Yes, I admit to a slightly lazy streak in that regard. Um, so I'm intrigued by this notion. Um, I'm intrigued by people who still enjoy a good dungeon bash more than anything. Uh, is it beginner players who enjoy that, or is that too general a thought? Are there players who still prefer the dungeon bash, combat heavy role playing games, let's call them, as opposed to character interaction heavy games, which is where I kind of am now? Is it too simplistic to say that beginners tend to enjoy one kind of game and more experienced gamers tend to like a different kind, or is that far too general and nowhere near accurate? So yeah, I'm going to throw it out of interest to people. I'm intrigued by uh, gaming styles, what suits people. So come on back, let me know your thoughts. As I say often in these things, there are no right or wrong answers. There's just opinions and interested ideas, and people can voice their opinions, and let's get a discussion going. So come on back, let me know what you think.